This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 29th day of August in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Describing Guyana's rainforest as one of the best in the world that can be leveraged, former British Prime Minister Sir Tony Blair believes that there must be balance between development and the protection of the country's environment, even as he hailed the country's low-carbon development strategy. The former British Prime Minister arrived in the country on Monday night for a two-day visit. During a sit-down conversation at the University of Guyana with President Irfan Ali today, Mr. Blair said although the country's low-carbon development strategy has worked over the years, there is still some room for its development and improvement. He said with a major environment conference, COP28, approaching, Guyana will be a major player with a major voice. Mr. Blair said the interest which is expected to be shown in Guyana by major countries will be enormous, and Guyana must therefore use that opportunity to not only talk about its environmental prowess, but to also send a message that in the face of development, the protection of its environment remains paramount.
We need to develop a low-carbon strategy that allows the protection of the rainforest to be fully recognized. Because here there have been extraordinary efforts to preserve it, but we're aware that elsewhere that has not happened. And it's partly not happened because people have felt there's a clash between the interests of development and the protection of the environment.
But in the process, Mr. Blair said the education of the people needs to be of dramatic importance, since the country is developing rapidly. Mr. Blair noted that education or the lack of education of the country's environment could be the difference between Guyana's success and failure in the future.
So I think Guyana, because of the enormous opportunity and the consequent challenge and the way the government's approaching it, which is very careful and deliberate and learning the lessons of similar countries that have been through these types of process and how they avoid the errors and embrace the successes. I think Guyana is going to be one of the most, if not the most exciting place on the planet to be in the next few years.
During the question and answer segment of the forum, President Irfan Ali assured that Guyana is committed to preserving its rainforests and protecting the environment. The president said Guyana's priority towards protecting the environment is part and parcel of its global responsibilities.
But if you have a country with a standing forest, and there is no market for the standing forest or the value of the standing forest, the people in that country still have to eat. The people in that country still requires development. Then what decision confronts the people of that country? So what is very critical, as all the studies would have shown, the IMF said it, that for us to achieve the transition we want in energy, and for us to achieve the shift in development focus, the carbon price now should be $70 per ton.
President Ali also said it must not be forgotten that the development of the country's resources will be to the benefit of its people, referring to the sale of carbon credits. He said even if there are risks, those risks would not be greater than the rewards. Guyana is expected to play a major role at the International Climate Conference later this year in Dubai. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Oh my lord. I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, Look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, and 9 students for the 2023-2024 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 613-4806.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 226-0415-7. Comfortable parking available.
Welcome back. Outgoing U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, has indicated that the U.S. stands ready to broker talks between the government and the main parliamentary opposition, the APNU-AFC. The two sides remain at loggerheads over major constitutional and development issues, from the appointments of a chancellor and chief justice to the proposed construction of a multi-billion-dollar gas-to-energy project. During an early morning interview on 94.1 FM's Jumpstart, Ambassador Lynch explained that the U.S. is prepared to facilitate dialogue between the government and the opposition.
The U.S. stands ready to help in that role, for sure. I think open dialogue, frank discussions are very important. And I think bringing the people together is key to the success, the ultimate success of Guyana. So certainly the U.S. stands ready to do whatever we can to bring all parties together.
And noting that Guyana is at a critical juncture, the outgoing U.S. ambassador said it is critical for the country's leaders to work in the interest of all the people.
This is a very transformative time for Guyana. There are so many opportunities, but there's also a lot at stake for all members of society, and I'm very pleased to see so many parties talking about the importance of including all the peoples of Guyana.
While the ambassador spoke of increasing dialogue between the government and some smaller political parties, she admitted that the major political parties in the country need to be talking to each other. During a recent visit to Guyana by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, meetings were held with both the government and the main opposition separately. The president and the opposition leader have not had any meetings in over a year on any issue. While the president continues to push his One Guyana agenda, the opposition has accused the government of dividing the country among the friends and families of the government only. British politician David Lammy today inaugurated the Sophia Point Research Centre in Guyana. Lammy, who is a member of Parliament in the House of Commons in the UK and was born to Guyanese parents, said the research centre forms part of his giving back to the country. The Sophia Point Research Center is touted to be an environmentally conscious facility that will be constructed at Sophia Point on the Essequibo River. Its aim is to enable Sophia Point's mission to transform education and conservation in the country. The center will also serve as a training base for local students and community members, a field site for researchers and conservation practitioners for international science communities. It is also expected to provide a platform for students, academics, and researchers to study terrestrial, freshwater, and marine research, and will facilitate research beyond the biological sciences.
On this journey, we've been spurred by the enthusiasm and excitement at every level across the country for what Sophia Point could represent, a space for young Guyanese to be inspired and to inspire others, to better understand and protect the vitally important rainforests and to equip themselves with the knowledge and skills to champion their environment for generations to come.
But at its core, Ms. Salami explained that Sophia Point is about building capacity for locals to adapt and respond to climate change and to provide critical climate services.
This has been designed in consultation with academics, field practitioners and locals to ensure the space will support the best in the field of research and teaching, whilst importantly meeting the needs of Guyanese first. A site to ground learning through doing, to open the doors of environmental science and conservation, and to link Guyanese students, community members, and world-leading academics together.
Lamy said the center will also provide the avenue to fully understand the country's rainforest resources, which will be beneficial to citizens of Guyana, the Caribbean, and South America.
Now feels like an immense time of change in Guyana, and we have the opportunity to do something rare in environmental efforts, to take action to prevent rather than cure, and to deliver a transformation in how we live alongside nature. I believe that that's only possible through education, advocacy, and empowerment.
The research center will boast a solar-powered multi-purpose lecture theater and lab space with internet access and basic lab equipment for researchers to conduct their analysis. The accommodation block will be able to host as many as 24 persons. A dining space will also be built into the main lecture building to support long-term research.
Your health, safety, and security are paramount. In 2023, $2 billion is being invested to expand the Safe Country initiative to regions 3 and 6 and is geared towards improving the detection of criminal activities with the use of ICT solutions. Funds earned from oil production are supporting initiatives such as these to bolster the crime-fighting efforts of the Guyana Police Force through the provision and installation of intelligent video surveillance sites.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Purple Arts Productions presents Emerge 10, performance for children by children. So bring your children to the last lap entertainment before schools reopen at the Theatre Gale Playhouse September 2 at 18 hours. Admission $2,000. Purple Arts Theatre Productions Emerge 10, the award-winning children's group, compliments of Continental Group of Companies and Nalico Nafico, directed by Simone Dowding.
Saddened by the increasing number of road fatalities in the country, President Irfan Ali is calling on Guyanese to take a stand against the reckless use of the country's roadways. In an interview with reporters on the sidelines of the National Two Showers Conference on Monday, the president said he is deeply troubled by the increasing number of road fatalities, but he admitted that the state cannot tackle the issue alone.
We have a collective responsibility on this issue, and we have to call a spade a spade. Parents have responsibilities too. You have 17-year-old and so on. So the problem is, as we have to deal with this as a collective, as a country.
President Ali said it was heart-wrenching to learn that 8 young persons were killed in vehicular accidents over the weekend. Those killed were involved in 3 separate accidents. The president said excessive use of speed on the country's roadways and drunk driving are among the leading causes of accidents. He said those and other issues must be addressed head-on.
We have to address drinking and driving. We have to address speeding. We have to address the number of accidents these days involving lorry is of concern too, and our roadways are not designed for this load that they're taking off. So our people, we have to be more cautious in our use of the road.
The president also spoke of the need for the traffic laws to be enforced across the country so as to minimize the number of serious accidents on the roadways.
We have to also move to the enforcement of laws, demeriting system, suspension of license. We have already moved on the electronic ticketing on the new road. In 1 month, you had over 5,000 tickets. People are speeding, So we have to look at this in a collective way, all of us.
And it was noted that the acting commissioner of police, Clifton Hicken, has been instructed to have the Guyana Police Force establish a robust public education and awareness campaign to promote the proper use of the roadways in an effort to curb the road accidents. On the police blotter, the suspect in the beating death of a Bartica gambler has been released on $1 million station bail, as the police claim that investigations in the matter are still ongoing. Bartica businessman Raymond Rupnerine was arrested last Wednesday night after he allegedly used a hammer to beat fellow Bartica resident Mark Braffett to death outside his family's business place in Bartica. In response to questions from news source this afternoon, the police force's public relations department indicated that the suspect was released on station bail on Saturday, based on the advice of the Director of Public Prosecutions, pending the completion of the investigations. A post-mortem examination was conducted on the body of the victim, Mark Braffett, last Thursday. The police public relations department stated that the police only received the report of the post-mortem exam on Monday. Family members said that post-mortem examination revealed that Braffett died from multiple trauma to the head, and it was also found that the skull had been broken apart. The family has retained the services of attorney Darren Wade. The dead man's mother told news source that she was left surprised that a suspect was released on station bail in such a serious matter before it reaches the court. She's hoping that murder charges will be filed against him soon. A police report of the incident last Thursday stated that Braffett was at a betting shop when he got into an argument with the owner's son, Raymond Rupnerine, over a spilling of drinks on the countertop. The man reportedly hurled bottles at Rupnerine, and as he was leaving the premises, the suspect armed himself with a hammer and attacked the man from behind, beating him with a hammer repeatedly to the head. The victim was taken to the Bartica hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The police report of the incident stated that blunt trauma wounds were observed to the man's forehead, above his right eye, and to the right side of his jaw. U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, is of the view that it is important for Guyana to strengthen its security apparatus to deal with crime and other security challenges in order to keep its citizens safe and to attract more foreign investment. Ambassador Lynch, who is wrapping up her tour of duty, told the Jumpstart Morning Show on 94.1 FM this morning that the U.S. government has been working on a number of security initiatives with Guyana. Many of those initiatives are aimed at not only professionalizing the police force, but to also keep people on the ground safe. This, she said, is critical for investors and for Guyanese to enjoy a good quality of life.
Investors really want safety, security, predictability, as we know. So very, very important. So we are working closely to improve that capacity, improve the professionalization of the forces, but give them tools that they can use to do that work on the ground.
And touching on the issue of advisories that are usually issued by the U.S. State Department on security in Guyana, the ambassador said that those such advisories are not limited to Guyana. They are issues based on careful analysis of the security situation on the ground. She said the goal is not only to keep U.S. citizens safe, but all citizens safe. And as it relates to security of U.S. businesses operating in the country, the U.S. envoy said the businesses are cautioned before they arrive in Guyana to exercise due diligence.
We don't instruct any commercial entity, any business to work with one firm or another firm. What we do is we give them broad information and allow them to do their kind of cost-benefit analysis and determine who should be a local partner. But we do encourage all U.S. businesses to exercise due diligence, do their homework. I'm always telling businesses to, do your homework, come to Guyana with a plan, have a vision for what you want to do, and then engage with a local partner, meet several of them.
Ambassador Lynch explained that maritime security is another important area in which the U.S. government has been working to improve with Guyana. She said the Guyana government has been seeking help, in particular from the Drug Enforcement Agency, to assist with the issues of Guyana being a transshipment point for drugs and other illegal activities.
Guyana's been asking us for additional help in that area because they really want to get a handle on being a transit country for drugs. And I know aerial interdiction is important to Guyana, marine interdiction. So having a full DEA unit is terrific, and we are very happy about that.
The outgoing U.S. ambassador said a number of security and other agreements that were signed between Guyana and the U.S. under her watch are being implemented.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyana is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyana has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yeah, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? I just pay my bills using MMG,
Yes, Jack. And the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man, you didn't know that? Yes, all self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall. In the region, the Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum on Monday said that for the next 3 months, ocean temperatures should remain well above average, continuing to amplify heat stress in the Caribbean. In its latest edition of the Caribbean Climate Outlooks, the Regional Climate Center said that for the period September to November, Pacific and Atlantic ocean temperatures should remain well above average, continuing to amplify heat stress in the Caribbean through October by increasing temperatures, humidity, and heat wave frequency to rival some of the warmest heat seasons on record. It said that a moderate to strong El Nino, a climate pattern that describes the unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern Pacific Ocean, should dampen rainfall frequency and tropical cyclone intensity in Belize and lead to more short-term dry spells than usual. By contrast, record warm Atlantic waters are to increase showers intensity, leading to limited drought concern, but a particularly high potential for flooding and cascading hazards. The Grenada government says it has approved more than 2,000 foreign investors to become nationals of the island under the Citizenship by Investment CBI program for the first 6 months of this year. According to the latest data released by the Ministry of Finance, 2,011 persons were approved under the CBI program that allows for foreign investors to be granted citizenship in return for making a substantial investment in the socio-economic development of the island. The ministry said there were 980 applications approved during the period January to March and 1,011 approved during the April to June period. And finally tonight, international news. Russian President Vladimir Putin has told Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he will not attend the G20 summit in Delhi next month. BBC in a report said India is hosting this year's summit, which will be held in the capital Delhi from the 9th to the 10th of September. Mr. Putin rang Mr. Modi and told him that his foreign minister would attend the summit on his behalf. The two leaders also discussed several regional and global issues of mutual concern, India said in a statement. A Russian spokesperson had said last week that Mr. Putin would not attend the summit as he had a very busy schedule. The G20 includes the world's 19 wealthiest countries plus the European Union. India currently holds the G20 presidency, which rotates annually between members.
And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.